Just start talking. We've got multiple videos now. We don't know what the fuck we're doing, man.
Alright, are we recording or not?
Yes.
We are recording. Okay,
So check the time, because we gotta do at least a half an hour.
105, bro.
We'll go to 1:30.
You want to go to 1:30? Give me 25 minutes. I don't know. I want to make sure I get that money to the nice old lady. She's a fucking wonderful bitch. Wonderful.
Us recording an extra 10 minutes isn't gonna stop you from paying the rent.
No, but, sometimes...
Man, your stomach is gurgling.
Heard that, right? Nah, it's over my cause.
Yeah.
See what I got.
You should just let me hold it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Let me hold half.
No, get the fuck out of here.
Let me hold 200.
Don't touch my fucking no.
I'm just gonna
6
hold
there,
it.
and I got
Safekeeping.
I got another 3.
Historically, you have shown that money in your pocket does not last long.
It does not, and I know it's funny. I am terribly irresponsible with my own money, but working in finance, accounting, and taxes, I'm actually very responsible with other people's money, not my own. You can't give me my own money. Give me your money. I'll tell you, account for every penny, where it goes, where it's been, what interest it's earning, and how much is coming back to you. In a Ponzi scheme, so I can make sure that I can pay the next guy with... Ponzi scheme was a joke. What do you judge me for?
Oh, I'm not judging you.
You judge the fucking...
Do you feel judged?
Every goddamn day I look at you.
Why? What is it about me that makes you feel that way? Is it my dashing good looks?
Yes.
Is it my picturesque beard?
Actually, yeah.
Is it my long, flowing hair?
It's gorgeous fucking hair. I hate how gorgeous the hair is.
Is it the silky shine of my long, golden hair?
That giant eye. We shared a locker room, and I don't want to sound gay, but he's got a giant, juicy cock. And I look at it. Holy jeez, I wanted to lick him!
Bro, my dick shrivels up so much when I fucking
gets cold in the
play
house.
sports. It's like ridiculous.
I know we've touched on this. It was, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was talking about how much I fucking hate you because, I've been playing ice hockey for 30 goddamn years, and I'm not good. You were playing for fucking I don't know, 5, 6 years, and just when you're out there, you're so calm. You're so you move I gotta move 100 miles an hour just to have an edge on somebody. You just got the skill to where you don't have to go that fast. You can just do a little dangle. Fucking beat the forward who's coming up to pressure you and get a nice shot on net, man.
I love hockey. They're trying to skate again.
They are trying to skate.
Night, yeah.
Wilson wants. All right, before you called yesterday, I was over in the lobby over here, the office. Wilson and I were on the phone. We're like, we gotta get Tony back on the ice. Get him right back on the ice. And I'm like,
dude,
we could do.
Everybody wants to get me doing shit, bro.
Dude, because we love getting you to do stuff because you're good at stuff and you're fun. I love you.
The gym guy wants me to do a powerlifting competition. You guys want me to play hockey.
Dude,
my wife wants me to be a father.
Unfortunately, no, she doesn't.
Yeah.
And that's.
You could have followed it up with a joke.
I was gonna let the awkward silence take care of that for me.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's our best joke. Awkward silence.
I didn't mean to.
The only joke that lasts 60 minutes.
What jokes, man?
Do you know
what?
Never mind.
Nah, dude, I was talking to Andy, and we're on the phone. He's like, yeah, man, we got to get Tony back on the ice. And I'm like, yo, we should. And I'm like, yo, Andy, here's how we can. Because, he loves hockey, and we should get him on the ice. Say, Andy, what we're going to do. Yeah, and I don't know, man. I think he misses playing. And I think if we get him on the ice, you know what, Andy, what we could do is we get to some, yeah, and I don't know. I said, we can get him on the ice.
I love the fake concern. You want to get me on the ice because you think, I need something to, cheer me up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I invite you to the gym multiple times a week, and you always, not you, the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, every time I'm going to the gym, I'm like, let's go. Come to my gym. Let's work out.
Yeah, and what does he say?
Excuses.
Dude, I love the kid, but that's all he is excuses. hey man, this bitch is probably gonna drain you emotionally, morally, financially, and he's just like, yeah, she is, but I don't know, man. I think she's like a really good person, even though she's just using me. And bro, it's just like I don't know. Maybe we could get married. She's got the right one for me.
Imagine how much money he wasted in Miami.
I just unfathomable.
I can't talk on other people's personal shit on here. If I don't know them, then yes, I can destroy their life.
Yeah, you can.
Talk mad shit as if I'm not super easy to find. Really gotta start bullying.
Hold on.
We gotta find the lowest hanging fruit.
Oh, okay. 7. I'm sorry. Last. So it was 2 weeks ago. I gave her 700, and then last night I gave her 300. Tonight I'm gonna give her another 5. So that's 7. That's 3. That's 1,000. That's 5. That's 1,500. Plus I got another 2 weeks left. I know next week I'm probably gonna give her 4. So we're looking at like 15. We're gonna be 1,900. Probably give her like $2,400 for the end of the month.
Just give her a consistent amount on a weekly basis. Well, again, like I said, we'll talk about this later. But
you know what
I got a good plan that I think she'll vibe with. Mm-hmm. You could always just sling that dick.
I've been thinking about it. Now she wears too much makeup and she walks her cat on a leash, but I'd smash that old landlady pussy. I hate old landlady pussy, man. Fuck you. I'm eating a figure.
You think she'd let you hit it?
Although, when I lived next to her, because remember I had that big ass house in the farm town. She had right next to us. I didn't have curtains on that side of the house. Like,
so she'd be
the bitch be walking her cat looking up in the window.
So she knows what she's missing.
I was so lazy. I remember this is an old farmhouse, so the windows were low. I'd be drunk in the bedroom, and instead of walking the fucking 7 feet out of my bedroom to the bathroom, I'd open the window, pull up the screen, and like just piss out the window on the side of the house. And Julie, and I'll say her name because Julie was fucking cool. She was like, oh my God, like, you think you're being fucking funny? It's like, it smells like piss afterwards. It gets in the window, so I gotta fucking clean it. I'm like, are you walking all over the bathroom? She's like, yes, because I'm a responsible adult, you fucking asshole.
I wonder if houses built by pedophiles have all the windows like ground level.
Speaking of pedophiles, I can't even go hang out with my brother at their place. He's got kids. His kids, they're fucking awesome kids. They're 9. They're 9-year-old. They're always running around naked. You're fucking 9. What are you doing? Put a goddamn set of briefs on her bathing suit, you fucking asshole. They wear their little hockey jersey, run around their bare asses hanging out. I walk in there, I see 2 naked 9-year-olds, I turn around and walk right the fuck out. Like,
I love how you're the one complaining about other people running around fucking naked.
Motherfucker, that's my goddamn house. I don't pay the rent, but if I did, I'd walk around my goddamn house naked if I want to.
Bro, you're awesome. I love you.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't claim to not be charging me rent if you're not paying rent. I was like all happy. I'm like,
what?
I was like, because you're not paying. Well, now you're paying her, but because when the lady stopped by, she's like, oh, what's going on with Matt? And blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm like all happy thinking like I got it made. Like I can really get myself like back together here and blah, blah, blah. Then she stops by and it's like, oh shit. Like,
well, what do you mean claiming I don't charge you rent? I'm sorry. I don't think this is a conversation for the camera, but like, no, I'm not charging you and I'm not going to charge you.
No, well,
and
my whole point is she came over saying, she's like, Matt's not paying. I was like,
well, I don't know. I didn't pay the rent, okay? And I've been backed up. And there was no excuse. But like, no, dude, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna fucking blow up the situation, but first, I'm not gonna charge you rent. Fucking stay there as long as you want. I'm sorry, man. I thought you were implying something that you might not have.
No, I'm
like, I'm not gonna fucking charge you rent.
No, I'm saying for the lady though, because then it's like, oh, I thought my boy was hooking me up, but it turns out I'm just freeloading in this bitch's house.
Well, hey, Tony, I mean, just by next month, I'll be caught up.
It's all good,
I'll be
man.
caught up by next month.
Like I said, she's like...
I'm sorry to put you in that position.
No, I don't mind.
I mean that.
It actually kind of works almost like having that extra layer, because then like I feel like I'll be able to kind of like, it's almost like a 2-on-1 now. Mm-hmm. In a good way. We're not going to take advantage of her, but we can calm her down.
I haven't. I don't want to do that anymore.
I think if we just tell her like, yo, over the next few weeks, let's just get something on a like weekly basis. So break it down, keep it simple, make it manageable, keep her happy. She'll see that consistency coming. She'll know that everything will get squared away before the end of the year, and then it's not an issue. And then by then, I should be making money and shit.
I hope so.
Like I said, I was talking to all the execs.
But I was gonna tell her that like, hey, I got off center mentally, and I'm like, my buddy here. He helped me put me back on the path.
Our story's gonna implode though.
It's gonna fucking implode.
I'm trying to make it look like I'm helping you, and then you're trying to make it look like you're helping me. This lady's gonna be like, who the fuck is in charge here? What the fuck is going on? I'm like, you know, he's been going through a lot. I'm trying to help him get his shit together, and then you're gonna be like, you know, he's going through a lot. I'm just trying to help him. I thought he was helping you. You know, it's a kind of a mutually beneficial sort of thing. We both help each other.
It's a fucking negative point coefficient. Like nobody's helping anybody. We're just all fucking enabling each other. So now let's get her story. Did you tell her that like you're helping me? Did you tell her that I'm helping you? Did you tell her you're helping me financially?
Well, she was trying to ask, like, oh, did he lose his job? Is he working?
How the fuck did she know that?
I was like, oh, I don't know, you know.
I'm going to tell her he knew, but he didn't want to embarrass me.
That's fine.
He didn't want to embarrass me.
Be like, you know, it's not his place. He just didn't want to share my personal business.
He didn't want to share my personal business. He's a good friend. And
we're
helping each other. You know, look, he's got, she knows, and I told her, I said, because years ago I got behind, and I'm only recently getting caught up. I didn't pay the rent for like 6 months. Tony, I was putting it all on my nose. And then she was sitting in there this past spring before you came around, and I told her, I said, look, I had a cocaine problem. And I said, she was like, real sympathetic, and I said, she's like, do you go to, I said, I go to Cocaine Anonymous.
She was very concerned. She's like, do you have any left?
You know what, why don't you give me what you have left? This way you don't do it. So she was very sympathetic, and she's a wonderful person. I took advantage of her generosity. Damn it, you distracted me now. I can't remember. But she knows that I've had my issues with substance, and I finally, because I was giving her like excuses. She's like, Matt, what's going on? I finally said I got a drug problem. And I said all my money's been going to my nose. You know what, this wonderful fucking woman of God, this wonderful Christian, she goes, I'm here if you need me. She goes, you got to give me something. She goes, but you got to be responsible. She's like, I understand. We all have our problems. She goes, but you can't live for free. No, you know she's an old hippie. She's part. But God bless this woman. And I'm over here still fucking. But the thing is, Tony, I know how much I owe. And literally, by the end of next month, I can be squared away and caught up. Yeah. And once I get squared away and caught up, hopefully her and I can be on good terms. Because she is the nicest, sweetest woman. She's the nicest, sweetest woman.
Consistency is big. So instead of throwing her a bunch and then going cold and throwing her a bunch, don't be hot and cold. Just throw her a little bit.
Okay.
Throw her a little bit. Enough that it adds up, where she sees you're making consistent effort. And at that point, she's not going to be worried, because she's not going to be wondering when's the next payment coming in. If you're doing it on a weekly basis, that alone's going to give her a little breather, because she's not going to be worried, even if the money's not there. You know, she can be patient and wait if she knows that she's seeing results. You know.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. I didn't want you to know my shame, and my shame was I was really behind on the rent for like a long time.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
I tried being a big shot. I tried being like, oh, come stay with me, this and that. It's like, by the way, man, I haven't paid the rent in a while. By the time you came in, but 2 years prior to that, dude, I got myself so far behind. Like, it took me years.
That's all right, man.
And this fucking sweet old broad let me stay there. And once I told her, like, I spent all your rent money on drugs. I was so shocked at how fucking sympathetic she was. Man, I didn't deserve. I'm a fucking piece of dog shit.
No. Just you gotta put yourself in a position to handle the little things. You know, if you get money, and then it's like right before the weekend, figure out something like you're saying. Just go drop her off money first, because even if it's a little bit. And you drop it off, at least you dropped her off something before you spend it all.
Yeah.
And then you don't have it to spend. It's going to add up faster, even if it's less, because by next week, if you do the same thing, now that's 2, now it's 3, now it's 4. You know, by the end of the month, if you just broke it down to like a weekly thing, it's fucking nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta get my ass moving too, man. Like, this job I'm doing is not cutting it, bro. I'm making, like, in a month what I used to make in a day. Dude. It's fucking crazy.
Dude, you had a fucking real good setup going, but you were also in an industry that required a heavy amount of investment to where you can make a ton of money in a day, but dude, it can also go out even if you're not spending it. You're not drinking, you're not eating food, bro. Fucking payment, insurance, gas, yeah, man. Like you can make a ton of money in a day, but
dude,
not like that just for business expenses.
$250 was like $300 a day to do nothing.
What, driving a truck? What do you mean to do nothing? I don't follow.
Like my expenses?
Yeah.
Like
Dude.
My fixed cost was like $300 a day.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So it was crazy. And, dude, I gotta tell you, man. I remember a couple years ago when you first
Which
brought
is
it
like
up.
Nothing in terms of like business and shit, but still.
But a small business, like one truck, one owner, one out, like, yeah, man, that's a lot of money per day. But I remember like a couple years ago you were talking about it, and you were telling me that other people you told, and they told you not to, don't do it, you're crazy and shit. It made me feel good to be like, you know what, man, if you think you can do it, fucking do it. And then you did it. Now, truth is, I didn't think you were gonna do it. Not that I think you're a failure. I thought you were gonna be like, maybe it's not, because you were doing real well doing that other thing, with the whatever. You know, when I first fucking saw you over there at that Wawa a couple years back.
Yeah, down.
But when you fucking did I didn't hear from you for months. And all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, by the way, I got my own company, I got my own truck, and I was like, wait, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
like,
dude,
man, that's awesome. I was so fucking proud. Like, I'm like, this is a motherfucker. I wish I had that drive. He set his mind to something, he did it, and he fucking accomplished his goal. And then you just took off. And like,
that's what I'm trying to do with this shit, but that's why I need you to show up.
Yeah, and I've been inconsistent.
Well, there's
also times where I was like, yo, let's do it. And
like, I take those all with a grain of salt.
Wait, what?
Because by the time I actually came down here, who knows, that story could have changed. Oh, I'm at the airport. Like, what?
That's happened. Yeah. And I like don't plan ahead.
But
What's
hey,
wrong with me?
Just keep showing up. Like you said, with that other shit.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking said I was going to do it, and I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I say about this shit?
You said you were going to do it.
I said, let's do it, and we've been doing it. So let's just keep doing it. And then soon we'll get sponsored by iced tea companies, shampoo companies, like herbal essences and shit.
Especially with that fucking gorgeous name. Shit.
Yeah, we could have some like real good, shampoo sponsors.
We could fucking herbal essence. I'll have what she's having. Remember?
That would be life changing. Do you know how much easier life would be if you had all your shampoo needs met?
He's a natural salesman. He's a fucking natural salesman. God, I hate that you're smarter and funnier than me. It pisses me off.
I only wash my hair with shit that smells like watermelons.
He really does. You gotta see the shower. He's got all types of product. Fucking mane and tail, herbal essence. This motherfucker. And as he's fucking older than me, he's got barely any gray hair. Man, fuck this. I mean, the guy sucks. I hate him so much. I hate you. I think you're the man. I cannot stress enough how fucking proud of you I was when you...
Was?
How proud of you I was.
Was?
How proud of you I was. How proud of you I were.
So why are you no longer proud of me?
I'm talking about when you fucking said, I'm going to start a trucking company, and everyone told you you're a fucking idiot, you're an asshole, don't do it. I told you, man, fucking go do it. And I figured that you'd wait out and be like, maybe the investment's too much. And then I didn't hear from you. And you come back and, like, we got a successful trucking business. Dude, I was so fucking proud of you, man. You have no idea. I was like, holy shit. Like, I felt shitty with how fucking driven and determined you were, man. You put your mind to something, you go and get it done.
Yeah, that's why when I realized I needed to start a podcast. I immediately divorced my wife so I could put all my energy into talking to the internet.
Plus, with that, you get that emotional instability, and with that emotional instability comes an endless amount of energy, and that's what he's got. He's a fucking.
If we don't get enough traction, maybe I'll relapse and.
I hope not. I hope not. I really hope you don't.
It depends.
Are you thinking about it? Like, we could turn the camera off right now.
It depends.
Turn the camera off.
If the algorithm suggests it.
Such a fucking dick. I hate you so much. God, I hate you so much.
I heard a good one today.
What's that?
What was the quote? It goes, they're in your circle, but not your corner.
Yeah, man. I like that. Yeah.
That's good shit.
It's really, it is deep. It's. You got plenty of people around you that don't give a fuck. And actually, I'm going to talk about you personally. We all have people around us that, like, they support us, but they don't want us to succeed. Because if we succeed, we remind them of their own failures.
Oh, yeah, man.
If they don't.
Dude.
But I was hoping you would succeed, so if I needed fucking money for drugs, I go, hey, Tony, man, I'm going to need like $150. Get on the bus.
We'll get a small piece of the budget set aside. You do some of that pink cocaine with Diddy?
I mean, I would have, but pink cocaine is... It's funny. Remember the guy said, my buddy from from our town, and he's like, here's what every woman wants, your money, his dick. He's the same one who said, like, as soon as he was leaving the airport after landing in Aruba, like, these Aruban fucking, hey, my friend, let me do... Like, they were offering him fucking pink cocaine. And he said he bought it, like, just for the fuck of it. He thought it was, like, Molly. He says it's the best shit ever done. Like,
It was... The one video I saw, they said it was just a mix of, like, Molly... Fucking ketamine.
Yeah, that's what I thought, man. Molly, because that Molly's pink.
They said it usually doesn't have coke in it.
Oh.
But, like, sometimes it does. But they just throw everything in there. It's like...
Yeah.
Fucking, like...
That's bullshit.
Fucking everything.
White Taurus, man. We'll buy anything. White Taurus.
So gay as cocaine was pink.
Yes, and I am a fucking big-time homosexual panda bear. Yeah, dude. You're the man. You put your mind to it. I never doubted you with this. It's like, you got the thing that I don't got. You got that, like, it's eventually going to work. And me, I'm like, yeah, it could, but I'm like, I don't have the patience for that. I gotta get something going now. But it's the guys like you that become super successful because you're willing to make those sacrifices for an extended period of time, knowing that it will eventually pay off. Me, I'm only willing to sacrifice for a few months, so I'm like, shit ain't working. I gotta
You need that instant gratification, huh?
And that's unfortunate. And yeah, I am an instant gratification kind of guy, and that will set you up for a life of just misery and depression, because you have to prolong. You have to disregard the immediate happiness for the long-term happiness. And I didn't do that for the longest time. But lately, I've been seeing the error of my ways and putting off that delayed gratification.
You've been putting off the delayed gratification?
No. Actually, if you knew me, you knew me go on. Yeah, I was doing that, but no. I'm saying I'm doing that delayed gratification now. Trying to, and you know what? I'm doing all right. I'm taking not just baby steps, I'm taking strides here. But you're an inspiring dude, and I can't speak high enough about you fucking putting that trucking shit together, man. That was impressive. But I have to confess, man, you called me, and you were like, I gotta pay this thing. Can you help me out? I didn't have it, and I felt so fucking shitty because I'm like, what if this right here is what would make it? I didn't have it. I know it's like
putting our business. Bro, I lost the fucking business anyway. So.
Nah, dude, I was in the car with somebody else, and
do you know how much better this is? If this makes enough to buy a fucking sandwich, I'll be happy. At least for this shit, I can just sit here, enjoy myself. Dude, driving that truck was miserable.
Yeah, I know it was miserable, but dude, every time you would call me on the road, you seemed so fucking happy, dude. Like, I could hear it in your voice. You were enjoying what you were doing.
Yeah, because I was making money.
I know you're making money. I'm in my office and I'm like bored. I'm like miserable. I'm like, this motherfucker's out there driving. I don't know, dude. You made it
driving through mountains in West Virginia.
Fucking hurricanes and storms and shit.
driving around the cotton fields of Georgia.
Alabama, Mississippi, come and ride with a G. Houston, ride with a G.
Looking for all them slaves.
Okay, so we went to school with a buddy. You know what? I'm going to say his name because he's dead. Paul Tachakis. We're driving down to Tallahassee back 20 years ago, August 04. We took a side route because, you know, Tallahassee's out of the way. So we went through about 3 or 4 hours of southwestern Georgia cotton fields. And there were, you know, hey, you know who lives in Georgia? It's a lot of black people. He's out the car and he was very racist, screaming that, Nick, like, oh man, like hard. Motherfucker. And
so what is it like? Everything like south of like Atlanta is like there's actual cotton fields?
No, yeah, man. I mean, Atlanta's
the only parts that I drove was going from like Atlanta. It was probably the nighttime too, so I wouldn't even if I was driving through them, I wouldn't know what the fuck they were anyway, probably. But like Atlanta down into like Alabama towards like Birmingham and shit.
Mm-hmm. Birmingham.
Was that like 85 or something?
That is 85, man. Yeah, Interstate 85.
I didn't notice many cotton fields.
So we were coming down.
Wait a cotton picking minute. How long is a cotton picking minute?
I don't know.
I would assume it's
fucking foghorn leghorn over there.
Feels long.
We were coming down I-75, but we got off on a US. It might have been US 220, but we were off on an old US highway, just out in that southwest where like the towns were built in the 1880s through the 1920s, and they haven't changed since. It's all those old storefronts where they chiseled the date, you know, into the fucking the stone over the doorway there. It was interesting living back then. And
did you ever hear the conspiracy theories about these like mud floods and shit? They try to claim that all these old buildings have like windows that like the ground is here and you'll see like a piece of a window like down like on the ground level, and they're saying that the window actually is like part of a building that was originally built that went all the way here, but then there was like all this like mud flood, so it like raised. So they're trying to make.
No shit. So they just built on top of the old.
Well, it was already there. I don't know. It's like, so you're trying to claim that this building has this window where you see a piece of it, and then the rest of the window goes down into the ground because we had this. So the flood got into the building, and like now the building's floor is level with the outside. Like if that was the case, it would just go all the way down. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's been a while. I've been out of the loop with all the conspiracy theories. I don't know which ones they're up to now. That's like a whole other world.
A whole new world.
You don't know any of them? You don't know any good ones?
Damn it. Okay, so remember I was over here.
That's another thing, by the way. You should just start listening to just watch documentaries and like weird shit, just so we always have like dumb shit to talk about.
Well, all right, man. I'm glad you loaded that up. I watched a documentary today about.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, he's such a fucking asshole. Oh man, you got to do this thing. Hey Tony, nah, we're gonna go over here. Hey, you got the. Oh man, I got this funny ass story. We're gonna go over here.
Easy. You got a toothpick in your hand. You're waving your hands around like a maniac.
I appreciate you bringing that.
We don't need the ambulance.
But I do want to say, I remember.
What was the documentary? What did you watch?
It was. I think it's called FW, which for FD, free documentary. It's about North Korea, and what they did was, most people like Vice. Vice did a fucking great excerpt, 2 of them on North Korea, and I mean they go in there and they talk about how fucking insane and batshit crazy it is. This one was more like, yeah, it's crazy, but this is all these people know, and it's like you could see how it's. If it works for them, like the upper middle class of the Korean Workers' Party, how they wouldn't want anything to change because they're doing well. They do talk about the starvation and the misery. It's one of the worst countries on the planet. But they were showing a perspective as if you were in these people's position where you had a nice old like Soviet apartment on the high rise that the party gave to you because you're a high ranking member, or at least a productive and active member of the party. You wouldn't want anything to change because your life is so cushy. So basically saying, like, if we brought in democracy and a free market society, like, the lower class would benefit, but the middle class and the upper class would be decimated. So it's like those in power will not give it up because they know their entire their lifestyle would change. So it's almost like you can understand why these people are fucking are
diabolical.
Yeah, you can see why, because they're not willing to give up their lifestyle.
Sounds like America.
And that's what I started to think. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's us. Except motherfucker, free market capitalism. I will take that any day over fucking communism.
It's not really free market.
Fucking hate
it's
communism.
all fucking monopolies and shit.
Well, at some point it was free market. It's all monopolies now. Our life. The only difference in the U.S. is the private corporations own you. In North Korea, in the old Soviet Russia, road forks you. Soviet Russia is that it's in the U.S. private companies own you. In Soviet Russia and North Korea, the government owns you.
What came on after the Korean documentary?
All
dogs go to heaven?
No, there was one about a Russian railroad that services the northernmost. It's the entire railroad's above the Arctic Circle, and it services an oil and gas company, which is like one of the largest oil and gas companies in the world. I've never heard of, but apparently there's so much oil and gas in Russia. These people they own the whole thing. But they privatized, built a railroad for like 1,000 miles from Moscow all the way up to fucking like Santa Claus's house up on that real big ass fucking Russian peninsula.
Company trade? Are they on like the stock exchange?
Actually, I think they are.
I would invest heavily in them and then just cheer on global warming. And everything melts and they just hit a gold mine.
Oh, that's what they're doing in Russia. And I even back in the Soviet times, they put a lot of military bases and installments on the Arctic Ocean, knowing that one day there is going to be a day where like a winter where it doesn't freeze over and
talk
they get
about
through
slow playing.
So no, they did that back in the 70s, and they've since been abandoned. But there is a new company that has been doing Arctic exploratory drilling, finding gas deposits, oil deposits, and they built their own town. It's an old it's like a modern day West Virginia mining town where everybody who lives there works for the company. The only way in and out is by the train from the company. So it's like, once you go in there, you can't leave your job because hey, you can quit no problem, but now you can't use the company train. How you gonna get back to Moscow there, buddy? Welcome back to your job.
They gotta let you home.
But they built their own town. They ran a fucking 1,000-mile railroad up fucking all the way up to the goddamn North Pole, and I found it very interesting.
Their own
that's the thing. They have their own police force. You can't even get into that town unless you have a permit. If they said you can't. If you bring alcohol, you walk to get on that train, look, you get on the RIA, the Russian International fucking Railway that goes 5,000 miles from European Russia all the way to fucking Vladivostok over by Kim Jong-il on the goddamn Pacific Ocean. You can take all the liquor you want. But if you got on this railroad, you have to walk through airport security to get on that. You can't bring liquor into the town. It's a dry town because the Russians like to drink. So they're under strict lock and key just because you're dealing with billions of dollars of natural resources. But it was very interesting because the journalists tried to sneak liquor. And the guys were cool, and they said in Russian, you can't keep it. So he took a shot and gave the other guy a shot and left the security guards with it. But it was a very interesting documentary. It's a company-owned town all the way to fuck up there north, and I don't know, man. I find nerdy shit like that's fun sometimes.
See, but you gotta watch more shit like that, so then you just go kill 20 minutes talking about Putin's asshole.
I love Putin's asshole, but now I feel stupid. I'm taking up all this time over some goddamn what I thought was nonsense. It's just something I did in my spare time.
You don't know what's nonsense.
You got a point there. I got to apologize to the cool Sunday people. I talked some shit, but it's only because they annoyed me. But truth is, I've been watching their shorts. They got a lot of interesting conspiracy theories and shit like science or what do they call it? Sources to back up their nonsense. I was ripping them apart the one day we wrote them on the board. I got to apologize. They're not bad dudes. The one dude's wife annoys the fuck out of me. So anyways, I was at the supermarket. Oh my God! What? It drove me nuts. But they're very informative and got some cool shit going on over there. So I got to apologize.
Yeah. They're still our competition, so they must be clobbered.
But here's the deal: all the dudes on the show are you. They got you're Zach Wild, bro. You got the long hair, the fucking beard, and so long. Any Zach Wild fan's gonna know that. I gotta piss.
What time we got before you pause it? Stop staring at your fucking
Sorry,
shit.
34
Just look
minutes.
at your phone.
34. Oh, what? Oh, the actual time?
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. I'm my bad, dude. We got one.
Well, now I don't need you to tell me because we already know the fucking math. What's the mathematics?
I don't know, dude. I'm unhappy with how I've been, but I'm looking forward to the future.
Are we continuing or are we done?
No, let's keep going. Bring it back, though. Bring it back, though. Here we go. Whoop! There it is.
What?
I was doing a joke.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get you to sing. Alright, we're going to pause this bad boy. Don't forget to brush your teeth.